Having amazing cards in your box is easy, but making teams can be hard. So in this video, I'm going to list off 5 of the best leaders in the game right now and their best teams. I'll also try to give you some substitute characters in case you're missing the ones I'm showing off. And real quick, before I get into the list, I just want to ask that if you guys are new around here, please consider subscribing or interacting with the video to help in our journey to 10k subs. Also, if you want a profile picture just like mine, make sure to join the Discord from the link down below and ask my guy Ducky for one. Now, let's get straight into the list. Number 5. Obviously, all of the teams on this list are amazing, so the rankings in this video are all super close, but I think the first team we should talk about is Universe Survival Saga, aka Universe 7 representatives. This team is probably the easiest to have all the units for since they all came out years ago. The whole team is Easy 8 LRs besides the leader, who is Tech UI Goku. Now I know Tech UI wasn't exactly easy to get since he's only been on one banner, so if you don't have him, running AGL MUI, Evo Vegeta, TUR Int 17 and 18, or LR Android 17 are all decent choices as replacement leaders. Now, if you have your leader but are missing some of the other units, you can sub in STR LR UI, who's pretty solid with his Easy 8, but slept on because of the better UI Gokus. You can also run the TUR STR EZA Kaioken Blue Goku. Man, what a mouthful. But since he gains a lot of buffs when running with the Universe 7 squad, and finally, another good pick is TUR in Androids. If you're really desperate though, you can even run the Fizz type TUR Android 17. He's starting to get really old now, but his support is still great and his defense is alright too. The team I'm running on screen is the best possible options, if you have them. LRAGL Jiren can be on this team, but he is far better suited for a Universe 11 team since most of these units are buffing Universe 7 specifically, and they also link better with each other over Jiren. Universe 7 representatives are all 10 out of 10 Easy A's, so the team is phenomenal. They've all got some sort of amazing support in their kits, whether it's revive or a stat boost or even boosting dodge, meaning besides already having amazing stats, they boost each other by a massive amount. With cards like MUI and Evo Vegeta, you can tank or dodge 90% of the bosses in the game. Vegeta is even better than Goku in my opinion, since after 3 attacks he has 80% damage reduction, which essentially makes him a free slot 1 tank. And if somehow you get KO'd by another attack, him and Goku both have revives after getting attacked 5 times, so there's not much to worry about. This team is amazing in every way and super fun to rock because of all the unique animations, skills, and stacking boosts. So if you have this team, feel free to attempt some of the hardest events in the game. Just remember, you are very strong but not invincible, so you gotta remember who's a slot 1 and who needs to build up a little before taking hits. Moving on to the 4th spot, we've got Movie Heroes. Now, honestly, this team is interchangeable with the number 5 spot because once again, all of these teams are amazing. This team is led by Physical Gogeta, who came out during the 9th anniversary. This team is jam-packed full of amazing units, and with an easy 200% lead, there are many substitutes for this team. The only downside is having to run 2 Gogetas. He's an amazing unit, but lacks turn 1 defense, which can limit his ability to perform in AoE events. And there's also a lot of hard events with STR bosses, so it can be troublesome to protect Gogeta until he's built up enough to be safe. Luckily, when he transforms, he becomes a unit with a lot of dodge, and on top of that, he heals you a ton for 4 turns. Regardless though, the rest of the team is completely busted since most Movie Heroes units are super popular and powerful. The optimal team I like to run will be on screen, but if you have to make subs, I'd recommend the Physical Kid Trunks and Goten EZA, STR-TUR Dragon Fist Orange Piccolo to duo with Beast, Physical LR Least Gohan, and even God Goku, who's starting to get a bit weaker now but still has a great kit. Even my team can be adjusted depending on what events you're doing. All these units are amazing. This team has great defensive units, the SSJ trio, the Buu Saga Gohan, who is probably the best unit in the game for everything. This team is all around amazing with great active and standby skills as well as healing, dodging, and tanking. Combine all these things and you've got a near unstoppable squad. These guys don't take much or any build up to be amazing on defense and offense. It's a lot of fun to use such an OP lineup. Number 3 is going to go to Superheroes. This team can be led by Orange Piccolo, the Gammas, or Beast Gohan. Beast Gohan as the leader is the best because you can bring 2 Beast Gohans and you can bring a few cards that come from other categories as well, thanks to the leader skill including Bond of Master and Disciple and Miraculous Awakening. Most of the time though, the units are all superheroes anyways. I like to run the Gammas as lead because it's an easy 200% and it also gives Evo Vegeta a 200% boost, unlike Beast Gohan who only gives him a 170. Vegeta is great either way, but I like to give him the full boost. And bringing 2 sets of Gammas is not the worst thing ever since they offer support and can easily hold their own in most events, but it doesn't mean they're invincible. You still have to play their strengths because with no build up, they can still get cooked. This team has been dominating since the anniversary, and you can easily sub units depending on who you have, like Least Gohan, Orange Piccolo, the Evo Ken duo, and even the Fraud VB duo if you're desperate. When the 10th anniversary drops, I had no doubt that these teams will only get better and better thanks to the EZA LR gods, who will probably be so busted that they will run the game for the year. Moving on to second place, we've got a tie between Broly's team and the SSJ Trio team. I just couldn't decide who to put here. The Broly team is hilarious because it's just a bunch of Brolys with slight name changes, but the defense of this team is insane. Then you look at their offense and it's like, wow, is this even real? Because they're out here putting up 30 million attack stats and acting like it's normal. The leader I use is Tech Base Form Broly, who's at 200% in movie bosses. Right now, the movie bosses are eating after the worldwide download celebration, and there are so many variations to this team where even the substitute cards are amazing or as good as the main cards. The team on screen is the one I run. I think it has the best defense and offense of them all, but you can easily sub in Super AGL Broly, Turles, the new Bojack EZA, and Broly Chilai and Lemo. The slightly worse subs are in Broly with the slightly mid EZA, Golden Frieza's LR, and Harudagon. This team is honestly so OP it could be the best in the game. The defense of the team I'm showing you is phenomenal. Int LR Broly is an amazing tank right away, and he has a revive skill. STRTUR Broly is a 10 out of 10 support who can hold his own and Rainbow Orb Change. Bio Broly is the best free-to-play LR in the game simply off defense that builds up as the fight goes on, and he has the Big Bad Bosses link that makes him the perfect link with Janeba, who is currently a top 2 EZA card in the game. The Tech LR Broly is a solid tank after supering a few times, but his strength comes from his damage. He starts off with an insane 20 mil attack stat and ends most of the time reaching around 40 million by the end of the fight. This is currently my favorite team to run. It's just so powerful. Now, the SSJ Trio is overpowered in their own right because just having 2 of these on a team is busted, and the standby plus support of this card is absolutely overpowered. They can tank almost any attack, and the rest of the team is very solid too. Here's my team. The only downside is the lack of proper substitutes for this lineup, but that doesn't mean there isn't any good ones like the Gammas, Future Gohan, Ultimate AGL Gohan, Evo Vegeta, and Orange Piccolo. Some of those aren't on the 200% lead, so be careful, but they are still good replacement and placeholders till you can upgrade. This team offers some of the best defense in the game and allows you to run the best EZA in the game, Gogeta, combined with the best support in the game, Bulma. You also get amazing healing from the Vegeta and Piccolo side banner unit, who have good defense, dodge, and a great transformation. You also run Gogeta on this team, meaning you get even more healing, a lock-on skill, which means you have a free turn of guaranteed dodging with Blue Gogeta. This team is full of powerhouses and amazing support units, so you are almost invincible. And on top of that, the other Gogeta has Rainbow Orb Changing and also heals you. This team is literally healing you all the time, even though you're going to be tanking or dodging everything anyways. Now, as we get to the number 1 spot, I just want to say literally any of the past 3 teams I just talked about could be in this spot, since they're all completely busted. But for now, I'm putting Kamehameha, aka Busaga Gohan's team, as number 1. I think someone at Dokkan headquarters really likes Gohan because the past few Gohans we've gotten have all been amazing, and this Busaga Gohan is no different. He leads Kamehameha and has the best standby in the game, which makes him essentially invincible for as long as you want, and then you can release an ultra powerful attack when you feel like you want to end the fight. The Kamehameha team is amazing too. Even though there isn't a lot of top tier cards on this category yet, the ones that are available work together so well that this becomes one of the best teams in the game. Once some of the EZAs come out for this category, making substitutes is going to be so easy, but for now all I can recommend is SSJ3 Angel Goku, Ultimate AGL LR Gohan, LR STR Super Vegito, STR UI, and maybe Godku. And the tier 2 replacements would be the Fraud Duo VB, both the Dragon Fist Gokus, LR Physical Ultimate Leaston, and Kai Goku. So yeah, the replacements are not the best, but if you have all the units I'm using on screen, you should be good to take on almost any event with rather ease. Honestly, Broly's team could be number 1 simply because it has so much more versatility in substitutes, but the Gohan that leads this team is so good it doesn't matter. You've also got the EZA Tech Gogeta, who is probably the best card in the game on this team. Then you have the amazing dodging of 2 UI Gokus and the output value of Kid Goten and Trunks, whose EZA was made for this team. And of course the SSJ Trio, who are also a strong contender for the number 1 spot in the game with their insane defense, crazy damage, amazing standby, and support. And I almost forgot to mention that, of course, MUI has a revive skill. This team is honestly so amazing. It even has rainbow orb changing and physical orb changing from the trio. There's really no downsides to this team. Let me know down below which of these teams you guys are going to be running, or which variation you're going to be using. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate everyone supporting the channel as I have started making my comeback to YouTube.